Find the equation of the tangent line to the function f of x equals negative 2x squared plus 3x at the point 2 comma negative 2. Alright, so we're going to do this using calculus, I guess, but let's just draw this graph first, right? Well, I'm just going to draw just a rough sketch, so this is going to be not exact here, okay, but just a rough sketch. So we'll just draw our hash marks going this way. Now this is a quadratic function, right? It's an x squared that's negative, so we know we're going to be pointing down, okay? Once again, just a rough sketch here, so we're going to get a little something that looks like this, okay, something like this. And essentially at the point 2 comma negative 2, which means here at this point, right, at this point, if we draw a tangent line to that point there, okay, the question is, what is the slope, right, of this red line, right? This is the point 2 comma negative 2, okay, that's on the graph, of course. We draw the tangent line. So how do we find the slope of this tangent line? Well, there's a method for this, right? It's f of, in this case, the point is 2, right? So we're going to do 2 plus h minus f of 2 all over h. Okay? And then what we're going to do is we're going to simplify everything and then let h equal 0, and then we should get a number at the very end, right? Remember, slope is a number, right? It represents how steep this line is. Okay, so now we just go ahead with the algebra. We should be able to plug these guys in, right? Of course, using this function. So what is f of 2 plus h? So we're going to get negative 2 times 2 plus h squared plus 3 times 2 plus h, right? That's this part. We just plugged in the 2 plus h in here and in here. Okay, so that's this part right here. Okay. What about f of 2? Well, we actually know what that is, right? F of 2, right? The point is 2 comma negative 2, so we're just going to subtract from this negative 2, right? And then we're going to divide everything by h. Okay, so we should be able to see some terms cancel out. Let's see what happens, right? So we get negative 2. Okay, of course, 2 plus h quantity squared is 4 plus 4h plus h squared. I'll just go ahead and distribute the 3 here, plus 6 plus 3h. This becomes a plus 2. Okay, all of this divided by h. Okay, so distribute the negative 2 here. We get negative 8 minus 8h minus 2h squared, right? Plus 6 plus 3h plus 2. And all of this divided by h. Okay. So let's see what's going to cancel out here, right? Okay, negative 8 plus 6 is negative 2. And then plus 2, so all of these cancel out. Okay, negative 8h plus 3h is negative 5h, so negative 5h minus 2h squared, right, all over h. And then what's going to happen here, right? We distribute out the h, right? So we get h, so negative 5 minus 2h all over h, which means that the h's cancel out, right? So we are left with negative 5 minus 2h. Okay? So you realize that, right, this term canceled out, okay, and then the h will cancel out. This should always happen. Okay? Now what happens when h is equal to 0 here? When h is equal to 0, of course, this part just goes away. So what's our final answer? It's negative 5. So what does that mean? It means that the slope of this red line here is negative 5. Now we want to find the equation of this line here. So in that case, this just goes back to our Math 96 days, right? We just use the point slope formula, y minus y1 equals mx minus x1 here. We know the slope, which we just found, which is negative 5. We know the point, which is 2 comma negative 2. Let's just go ahead and plug everything in, right? We get y minus negative 2 is equal to negative 5, x minus 2. Right? So just a little simplification here. Y plus 2 equals negative 5x plus 10. We'll subtract the 2 here, so y equals negative 5x plus 8, right? So the equation of the tangent line here is going to be y equals negative 5x plus 8.